fresco, top button as you should have already. Seats.
Where's Daniel Russell?
I don't know. All right, vamos a decir, what is today? Wednesday. Padre Nuestro, hay intenciones especiales. Sí. Bueno. Sí.
That Trump will pull off the election? Oh, the election. I was waiting.
All our brains? Great.
Great.
Great. Yeah. Okay. Sí. En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Padre nuestro que estás en el cielo, santificado sea tu nombre, venga tu reino, hágase tu voluntad, en la tierra como en el cielo. Danos hoy nuestro pan de cada día, perdona nuestras ofensas, como también nosotros perdonamos a los que nos ofenden. No nos dejes caer en tentación y líbranos del mal. Amén. En el nombre del Padre, y del Hijo, y del Espíritu Santo. Amén. Okay. Let's see. 10 minutes here quickly. Marogi, where were you yesterday? Where were you?
No.
Huh?
I honestly don't even know.
What do you mean? Oh, okay, so you slept in, you overslept?
Yeah, like my alarm didn't ring and I ended up being
Okay. Yeah, I've got the iPad going in here. I forgot to do it last hour, so I'm doing it this hour.
Who's the case? What are your thoughts on the election?
I'm just depressed.
Trump's winning.
Do you think Trump is going to pull it off?
I don't know. I'm already depressed that it's as close as it is. I thought,
Florida was.
You guys think you blow up?
yeah, I did. So I'm depressed.
Because Trump won Florida and that was huge.
He won Texas.
Yeah, I mean, Biden was never going to win Texas.
Yeah.
They were hoping that that was going to win Texas.
Biden winning Texas was like Trump winning South.
Yes. Although it does look like it's moving. However, he wasn't really going to win
I
this.
don't feel like Biden is like Arizona. I mean, well, they called it, he got like 30% of the votes.
Okay, so you guys, I don't really want to do a lot of this because we're on a shortened day, but I'll quickly just, like I said, I give up. I'm done. I give up. I can't, I have no stake in this anymore. However, so that you understand, because I'm hearing the conspiracies, well, this is one of the reasons I hate Trump, is that he gets everybody to doubt everything. You don't believe the FBI, you don't believe the CIA, you don't believe in anything anymore because Trump puts doubt in everybody's minds. Okay, so that's one of the things, that would be one of the things that made me not want him. However, so you know, maybe you'll listen to me, maybe you won't. This election is different. With all the mail-in voting, a lot of these places, they weren't allowed to start counting the mail-in ballots until election day. Some states had, ones who had done mail-in balloting before, like Florida. That's why I was really hoping that he would get Florida, because if he had gotten Florida, it really would have been over, and then we wouldn't have all this drama. Now, even if Biden pulls it off, it's going to be, oh, well, they did this, and they, you know what I mean? It's going to be all that junk.
You don't think he's going to pull it off?
Who?
Biden?
I don't know, but I just give up. I can't believe it was as close as it is. With everything that I think Trump has done, people still voting for, I don't get it. So that's why I'm saying, I'm done. I don't care anymore.
Was it anything expected except Biden gave Arizona?
The way things went down, is the way it went in 2016.
Yeah.
But the voting was an all-time high. So I thought with the voting being an all-time high, that Biden was gonna win. Because usually when more people vote, Democrats prosper with that. And to Trump's credit, he got out people. I don't know where these people came from, but he got people out and made it at least close, and maybe he'll win. And I didn't see that happening at all, and so that's why I'm depressed. So let's get to class. So what I initially started to say is, these things that now, Trump announced at 4 in the morning that he was the winner and they should stop counting and stuff. These are ballots that people put in, and he's just saying to stop counting them. That's not right. You know what I mean? That's just not right. And so, so what you've got going on there is, a lot of these states are slower than they normally would be because they've never had mail-in balloting and they're trying to get through this stuff. And that's why you get a delay. It's not some big conspiracy. It's the fact that they're trying to get through this stuff. And in fact, like Pennsylvania wanted to start voting early, and the Republicans blocked it because they knew that it would be tight, and they wanted this to happen so that there would be doubt. In Pennsylvania, like a couple weeks ago, they tried to pass a thing where they could start counting the ballots early so we would know sooner, but they said no. All right, but whatever. I'm not even getting into conspiracies and all that. I'm done. All right, up here. What did I do? I did the attendance. Did we get the clicker?
No.
All right, someone, yeah, come on up and click. All right. Most importantly, you guys, we have a quiz tomorrow. We want to make sure you are as prepared as possible for this quiz. I actually feel that this quiz is pretty easy. And what I mean by that, it's very straightforward. So, the last one was a little bit trickier. And that was, people had trouble with. This one, I feel, when looking at the format and everything, it's very straightforward, so that if you know your stuff, there's going to be, let's put it this way, I don't think there's going to be any curve on this. There's going to be people who ace this because it's so straightforward. All right, so attendance there.
You know, our vocab should be good, right?
If you know your vocab, you should be good. No, I would not say that.
Like the textbook stuff.
We're going to go over it. We're going to go over exactly what you need to know. However, no, I wouldn't say just knowing the vocab. Okay, stop those noises, whatever that is. The iPad should also be away already. I said Buenos Dias a long time ago. Yeah.
On the quiz, is there going to be a part of culture?
Is there going to be what?
Like a culture section?
Is there going to be a culture section?
Yes.
Yes. The reason I asked that to everybody else is I wanted them to yell at you. Because this is the thing I say to you every time. Every quiz, every test is going to have culture. Make sure you're prepared for it. Yeah. Sure, leave your phone. Okay, next I'm going to check in flashcards. If you have the extra credit, you want to check that in. Why don't you bring yours up first, Maddie, and then go, so that you don't have to deal with that. Okay, what can you be doing right now? You can be studying for your quiz. I'll put on some soft music so you can concentrate and get studying for that.
Okay. Well, we have a short day tomorrow.
Yes. Okay. A Wednesday schedule tomorrow also. Okay. Just raise your hand, please. And wait a second. Okay, big one through Crosby with extra credit. Okay, someone had their hand raised. Yes.
So you said we're gonna go over, what we need to know for the test and
Yep. I'm gonna check these in, then we'll talk about that.
Okay.
Then we're gonna go into the workbooks and try to go over as many exercises as we can, so people feel comfortable. Okay, thank you. So, Brian, there was 3 for you, and your big one. You mean the ones that were blank, right? So, after straight to Grable. Jackie through Grable. Hubacher through Kizzy. Good. Good. Hubacher through Kizzy, that's it. All right, Lawton through Nature. Lawton through Nature. Peabody through Shia. Okay, that's Lawton through Shia. That's a lot of people. Now just at the end, I guess. Stephen through Williams. Good. All right, that's it for extra credit? Doesn't look like you have all of them. I'll give you two of them, but there's, we don't have that. That's it? No more extra credit? Yeah, your iPad should not be out. I let it go because I know you're probably mostly looking at the election. However, put them away. Pay attention to what we're doing now. Okay. So, up here, you tell me, in our, in virtual yesterday, did we go through, I think we went through this, didn't we, the star? No, we didn't get to this? Okay, so let's start here. When I was checking the homework, the big frustration with this one, oh shoot, I said I was going to tell you what's on the quiz. Okay, so take out your notes and take out your workbook. We're going to go over this in just a second. Let me give you an overview of what you need to know for the quiz. Okay, maybe the first thing you should write down is what? Culture. Always going to be there, always be ready. All right, let's do this. You tell me what's going to be on it. Culture is one thing. What else do you need to prepare for? Ben-Ami?
Conjugating a star.
Conjugating a star, what we're just about to go over. Conjugating a star, very similar to the conjugations of AR verbs, right? Which is another thing you need to know. So put a star. You need to know how to conjugate a star. You need to know how to conjugate regular AR verbs. What are the conjugations for regular AR verbs? O, as, a, amos, ice, on. Those are the regular AR conjugations. So you'll be given regular AR verbs, and they'll give subjects, and you'll have to conjugate them correctly. Yes?
I know you have the question now. Is it okay if you write that on there?
Sure. Okay? And then you just said a star. Good, a star. A star is very similar to the regular AR conjugations. So, regular AR conjugations we just said are o, as, a, amos, ice, on. What is the difference that you need to keep in mind for AR conjugations? Raise your hand. Hubacher. Accent marks, where?
Is it on the on and us?
On the ah and us?
Or maybe A?
Over the A? Is that it? You think so?
Is it
It's not exactly. Diego?
On and I think, oh.
And- And what?
Oh.
O? An accent on the O?
No.
Almost nice.
Ice already has one. Almost does not get one. And then what's the other difference you need to know about a star? Yeah.
The boot, is like the boot. Or like-
Okay, true. Yes. He's saying it's like a boot, if you remember me talking about that. True. But so then that boot includes the O form. What's different about the O form?
it's oi?
Oi, O-Y. Okay? So, AR conjugations, O, as, a, amos, ice, on. Star conjugations, oi, as, a, amos, ice, on, with accent marks over all the A's except the nosotros form. You get that? Okay? So, filter section, AR conjugations, estar, the irregular verb, estar conjugations. What else? See,
Telephone numbers and emails. Remember that one time we went over that?
okay, so let's just make it broader. Vocab. Know your vocab. Know that if they give you another page of pictures, that you have to write what they are in Spanish, like the last quiz. If they give you a schedule, that you know how to read the schedule and respond to the questions. But both of those things essentially are vocab. Okay? Anything else?
So the one like the boot, that's a star, right? That star, form.
Yeah, this is a star.
And then the top of it, they are.
This one's the AR conjugations. Yes?
The days of the weekend, subjects.
Days of the week, stuff, subjects, good. Yes, that's all that vocabulary that might show up in a schedule kind of thing. Good. Yes?
Ake aura, how to respond to that.
Good. Ake ora and how to respond to that. What does ake ora mean? At what time? How do you respond to it? At a certain time. So you respond with las. Las, and then whatever the time is. At a certain time. Las. One other thing that you guys aren't saying that you should expect. You might not be saying, because it kind of comes from last chapter also. Yeah.
Colors.
Okay, well, that would still be vocabulary, but that's an example of something. A color is an adjective. What do you need to remember about the adjectives?
It comes after.
Comes after, true. Most times that'll be true. But not what I mean. What do adjectives have to do?
Oh, that's the conjugate, the chief adjective.
Okay. You don't call it conjugate, but yes, you have the right idea.
Oh.
Conjugate is specifically for verbs. When you're talking about adjectives, you're talking about agreement, having it agree. How do you have adjectives agree?
Well, I have like nosotros and then change it.
Nope. Nope. What you just said, nosotros, and then change the ending, that's conjugate. You only conjugate verbs. Verbs end in AR. Hablar, estudiar, estar. Those you conjugate. Adjectives like red, rojo. How do you change rojo?
It's feminine, you change it to roja.
Feminine and
Feminine plural.
plural. Whether it's masculine or feminine, singular or plural. Okay? Like if we said camisas, we say camisas, and we want to say red shirts, what's it going to be? Camisas rojas. And if there was an article in front, what would it be? Las, not ellas. El, la, los, and las. Las or unas. This is the red shirts. This would be some red shirts. But, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Verbs conjugate. Verbs use this, this graph or this chart. Adjectives agree with the noun. This is describing this. So since that is feminine, this has to be feminine. Since this is plural, this has to be plural. Okay? And same is true of the article, which is also an adjective.
That comes before the.
Yeah. For the noun. Yes. Okay. That's it. That's what you need to know for the quiz. Okay? So now, let's try to go through as much practice as we can to make sure you're ready for this. In this email, the directions said use forms of a star. So one of the big things right off the bat you might want to write in your study sheet, read the directions carefully. Read the directions carefully. All you were supposed to do in this whole exercise was use a star. And many people were writing all kinds of different stuff in here. Okay? So it starts out, hola, como something to. What should the verb be? Estás. How do you spell it?
Yes.
Accent mark over the A. You're going to lose points if you forget the accent marks. Don't. Yo something muy bien. What should it be? Estoy. Yo estoy muy bien. Carlos y yo. Estamos. Carlos y yo estamos. Because Carlos y yo is we. We is nosotros. Nosotros form amos. Estamos. No accent mark on estamos. We are in Puerto Vallarta. Puerto Vallarta is a city. So this next one is a little tougher. Puerto Vallarta, what in Mexico? I'm hearing people say están. Está is what it should be. Lawton, you got it right. Why is it está?
Because it's not like a person, it's like a it.
It's an it. Good. Good way of putting it. Puerto Vallarta is a city. A city is a thing. It's an it. It form, it form, I, you, he, she, it. It form, está. Accent mark on the A. Get it?
Yeah.
Gabi y Paulina. Gabi y Paulina. What?
Stop.
Están. They form. Están. What do you got to remember?
Accent mark.
Accent mark. En la capital. This one's a tough one. This one, if you just wrote in and didn't read it, you probably got it wrong. Okay? What they're saying here is, I don't know where something, my notebook with telephone numbers is. I don't know where my notebook with phone numbers is. So what should be in here? Está is correct. Why is it está?
Because you're talking about like the book with telephone numbers.
You're talking about the notebook. The notebook is an it. An it, it's this form, está. You get that? Like a lot of people were putting estoy here because you saw I don't know. I understand how you did that, but you got to read the whole thing. I don't know where my notebook is why you use está. Get it? But that's a trickier one. More importantly, you get the previous ones. Those are easier and hopefully straightforward. Okay? Last hour, I asked them, what should we do now? I said, I asked them what was the work that they had the most trouble with. Actually, we did this real quick in last hour also. This one again, read your directions, because in the directions they said, answer the questions that follow. What does donde está el reloj mean?
But where's the clock?
Where is the clock? The answer is going to be, the clock is on the wall. Clock is on the wall. People down here were just saying, where is the portable computer? What's the right answer?
not computer, it's,
Just in English, what is it? On the desk. And a lot of you were just putting on the desk. Is that what they wanted you to do? They wanted you to say the computer is on the desk because mainly what they wanted you using was a star. So how do you say the computer? The computer, you would say la computadora. The computer is está. Now, he said es because if you, no, it's okay. It's a good point. Okay, so just let. He thought maybe es because you said the computer is. We learned before that is es. Why is it está here instead of es? Does anybody remember? That's why you conjugate to that, but why not es? That's a different verb. Es is a different verb. Because estar is used for location. Location. The computer is on the desk, el pupitre, or el escritorio. So when you're talking about location, you use está. When you're talking about like descriptions of people or something, you would use es. Please stop that. Okay? So do you understand what you were supposed to do here?
yeah.
The only thing that changed is when you got down here, they were talking about multiple things. So you would say the books are in the backpack. And you would use están because now you're talking about plural books.
You can break that on a small, with the very defined, so you can write it.
You might. You might. Okay. You get what you're supposed to do on this page?
Yeah.
All right. So the exercise that they asked me to do was one from last night or 2 nights ago. This one. They said that they found this one really tough and would like to go over it. 18. It's on page 50. And I thought that this was a good one for us to go over because it's on a repaso page, which means this is a review page, and it's bringing a lot of things together. This exercise is tougher than what you're going to see on the quiz, but obviously if you can understand this tougher one, then the quiz should be easy, okay? So, let's look at this one. Complete each question using the words from the list. If the blank requires an AR verb, be sure to conjugate it according to the subject, okay? So here's the question. De que color son los something de la pizarra? Who can translate what they're asking here? C. Rico. Loudly, please.
What is the color? What is the color of the?
Something. Okay. What? Good. Of what color are something of the whiteboard? Do you know what the answer is, Rico? Marcadores was the right answer. Of what color are the markers for the whiteboard? Marcadores. Then you were supposed to answer it. What you probably did is you put something like rojo, verde. Okay, I get that. However, what they may ask you on a quiz, or what they usually ask you on a quiz, is respond in a complete sentence, right? So in a complete sentence, you would say the markers are red and green. Or let's just say red. Markers are red. So how do you say the markers?
Los marcadores.
Los marcadores are.
Stop.
A stop?
Yeah. It.
Stop.
What?
Stop.
Stop.
A stop? A ending?
Yeah.
Nope. Marcadores.
Oh.
Están.
Oh.
The markers are, okay. Well, I mean, you use the they form. Actually, for this one, it would probably be some, but whatever. Markers are, let's say it's red. What are they going to be? What is it?
Rojos.
Rojos is what someone is saying. That's what it is. Because this has to agree with that, right? The markers, what color are they? Rojos. The markers are los, masculine plural. So your adjective has to be masculine plural. Yeah.
I put, instead of marcadores, I put
Right, I put the word star, so what?
Yeah, that would say, of what color are the of the, you know what I mean? You gotta read it back to yourself. Sometimes you feel like it plugs in okay, but read it back to yourself to double check. Okay, I actually should have had sown here, because they use sown here. Should have been sown, however, it's still good that you guys recognize when it's plural, it goes to stand.
Okay, if we use the star, is that fine?
Would it be wrong if you did what I did there?
No, if we did the
No,
star.
I would allow that. Alright, número dos. A que hora something la something de historia. Anybody tell me what should be in this one? See.
Terminar and then clase.
Okay,
I'll put class.
terminar is what he said. And then he said clase. Clase is definitely correct. What does terminar mean?
And
End. So you're saying at what time to end the class of history? What should he actually have here? No, he's right with
Oh,
Easy
for
flip.
Ario?
what?
For Ario? He's scared like the time.
No, he's right with terminar.
Oh.
But he's right with the verb. But what didn't he do? You got to conjugate. You got to conjugate it. Okay? But you're saying, but read it to the Blake. It says, at what time does the class end? So if it's the class end, what ending should be on here? Termina. Termina. Because the class is an it. The it form, o, as, a. The a ending. Do you see that? At what time does the class end? Termina.
What if you just leave it to like see on like the class how it says live, and then you just leave it like, so look at that and then we'll know that it's started off.
Because of the law?
Yeah.
No. It doesn't have to do with that, remember. A verb conjugates. A verb uses the chart. Nouns, adjectives agree. They go with gender and number. The rojo, the rojos,
Yeah.
that's because it's an adjective. Verbs have to go through the chart, conjugate. Okay? When you restate this, a lot of you probably put like 2 or something. But what you should have put is, the class ends at 2. The class ends at 2. Does anybody know how you would say the class ends at 2? Okay, the same people. There we go, Breen.
La clase termina a las dos.
1 second. La clase termina what?
A las dos.
Excellent. A las dos. Remember we were just talking about how do you respond to a que hora? A las dos.
What about clases de historia terminar a
That's perfect. La clase de historia termina a las. This is the key that I'm getting at. Because a lot of you, the reason I really want to accentuate this is, a lot of you in your workbooks were doing the exercises that dealt with this wrong, so you didn't really get practice. I want to make sure that you understand this, and then maybe for your home or for studying, what you should do is go in your workbook and redo those exercises, drill that into your brain. Yeah.
Would you have to restate like the question? Because I just thought like it ends at 2. Like you know how like.
How'd you say it ends at 2?
Or I thought like so I just like son las dos or 2 at 30. I thought son las dos.
Okay, no, that is absolutely wrong. Listen, and I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I want you to hear me right now. When you said son las dos, what does son las dos mean? Raise your hand. Louder? Yeah, but I mean, what is son las dos? It's a sentence.
It's 2.
It is 2. It is 2. Is that what they're asking? Did they say what time is it? No, they said at what time. So the quick answer to you is, a quick correct answer could be a las dos. You could have maybe had it shorter, but it's got to be at a certain time. Do you understand what I mean? If a guy came up to you and said, hey, what time is your history class? And you said It's 2 o'clock. They're like, what the hell are you talking about? I asked what you know what I mean? So it's at. All right, how about this one? Blank profesores, blank español, and to colegio. This is probably a trickier one. Who thinks they got this? Go.
¿Cuántos profesores hablo español en su colegio?
¿Cuántos profesores what?
Habla.
Habla?
Or habla.
Habla is what he has. Is that right? What should it be?
What does colegio mean?
Teachers. Hablan. The teachers speak. So since it's teachers, you have to use the they form. Hablan. Do you get that? Okay. Now, don't get frustrated. You may be looking at this and saying, man, this is really tough. Your quiz isn't going to be this tough. But why this is a good exercise is it brings a lot of those things together, right? So that you can see them. If you understand what we just did there, you're probably in good shape for the quiz. But look at the things that you're having trouble with and make sure you review those tonight.
What does colegio mean?
Adios. Colegio is high school or school. Colegio is a false cognates. It looks like college, but it doesn't mean that.
What if you say escuela?
What do you say? It's what?
Escuela?
Escuela. Escuela is more specifically school. Escuela is very specifically school. Colegio is usually high school. So, you know what I mean? It's not meaning it's under a certain regulation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everything's good. And this isn't accurate. It is. He was up by something in Michigan. So he should win. Once all the votes are done, that's why I hated when he made it. If Biden did before, none of this would have happened because Trump's happened. So now, even Biden probably still win, well, there's going to be people who are it's only because they're counting the votes. You mean the votes that people put in for the president? No, just study for the quiz.